guys, Lunar Spiral 27 here, bringing you Toriko chapter 241, Mastermind. I apologize for being late, but since the chapters have came up early, it was really screwing up with my schedule. So the chapter begins with Joa finally coming back to the cooking fest, since he hasn't shown up in over 200 years. He has also been accompanied by Teppei, but there is a reason why he's there, which I will explain later on. Now, we actually learn about one of Joa's special abilities. It's called Tasting Scope, which, according to him, he says life energy is savoriness. Flavor is thought. Basically, he can see the flavors or the savoriness of the life energy surrounding by every single individual in the cooking fest, which I can probably assume what his tasting scope is. He can see flavors with his eyes. Basically, that's what he's saying. Now, he did say that he sensed several strong savory tastes that are left over in the cooking fest, but he said that the flavors aren't good and that he's going to change them. Now, the black disc that they were riding on, it turns out it was a tokage, which in translation is called a shadow lizard. It's like a snake made out of shadows, which can transform into any shape. Now, we cut back to the remaining members of Neo meeting up, and we're introduced to more Neo members. Yes, the G7 members, well, 3 of them at least from G7, they're also members of Neo, and frankly, I'm not really that surprised that much. I mean, who else is a member of Neo at this point? Now, some of the members of Neo actually have no idea why Joe came to the cooking fest in the first place, but according to one of the members of G7, who I don't know his name, I don't really care at the moment, but according to him, he said that Joa came because he needed to say goodbye to the human world. He said that with this fight, everyone else's preparations to depart will be concluded, which means that once the fight commences, I'm guessing Joe's fight, everybody in Neo will be ready to leave. Don't know where Neo is going. I'm probably going to assume they're going to the gourmet world or something. Now, once Joa and Teppei have landed, we got a better look at Teppei, and I freaking knew it. I knew it. It had something to do with the confrontation between Joa and Teppei when after like the 4 beasts was defeated, because we got a better look at Teppei's face. As you noticed, his scar not only grew longer, but it was also branching out. I had a theory that whatever Joa did to Teppei probably was the reason why Teppei is with him. Not sure if this is like the same cut that he did to Zaus though. Also, Teppei has this like dazed look, like he's under some sort of trance or spell, so he is being manipulated by Joa. And honestly, I was kind of relieved by that because I really didn't want Teppei to be a member of Neo out of his own free will. He's just being manipulated. Now, Zebra is also there, and he says that he heard everything with his hell ears. So he attacks Teppei with his voice missile, but Teppei, with his, still under control by Joa, he summons a Shaunoki, which is a sound insulation tree, which managed to block Zebra's voice missile. And then he also summoned a Taishinone, which is the earthquake-resistant root, which managed to the roots wrap around Zebra's body, trapping him. Now, again, this has been confirmed that Teppei has been manipulated by Joa. Joa did something to him, not sure how, but it was explained later on in the chapter. Anyway, Joa said that Teppei is no longer the man that they once knew. It was because of Joa's cooking that his flavor has changed, that he's become a completely different human. The 2 remaining Nitros start to attack Joa because they sense him as a threat. So Joa pulls out a kitchen knife, which Setsuno's pretty surprised by this. Joa cuts the Nitros multiple times, and then all of a sudden the Nitros, with a bunch of cuts all over their bodies, are now under Joa's control. So if Joa cuts you with that knife, you're under his control. Oh boy. Joa is one tough chef. Now with Setsuno, she then realized what that knife was, and then she asks him where he got that knife. But Joa responds by saying, "Even including you, the number of humans in this world that know me is now only a few, but you had best not pry any further, or you will die as well." Then he also said that the kitchen knife he had actually belonged to him. But then Setsuno said something that really surprised me. she told Joa to reveal his true identity, which I didn't understand at first until I got to the final page. And this is kind of a shocking revelation right here. The kitchen knife that Joa used to cut the nitro and to control them was the legendary great knife Cinderella. Although I don't know why they called the knife Cinderella, but we'll probably learn more about it. And it belonged to Feroz, the god of chefs. And that is where the chapter ends. Okay, so that is Toriko chapter 241. I did like this chapter. We actually got some answers to some questions like why is Teppei with Joa and what Joa did to Teppei. I knew that something happened when Teppei confronted Joa, but we didn't actually see that. We saw them talk a little bit, and then we had this like vision of Teppei's head in a bowl of fruit, which was kind of fucked up. And then you see Teppei, he was okay in his Sasea's headquarters, I think. I'm trying to remember. But you notice the scars longer. When Joa cut the red nitros, they were already under his control so quickly. Well, we do know that the knife he used to cut Teppei was Cinderella. But when we saw Teppei again, before this, he was okay. So I'm assuming that it depends on what cut that Joa did to him. Probably took a longer effect for it to work than it did with the red nitros. Now I'm not sure that this is the same cut that Joa did to Zaus. That is still left for questioning, but this does actually bring up some more questions. I'm really liking the mystery of what is going on in this chapter. So Joa has the knife Cinderella, which belonged to Feroz, which, for those of you who don't know, is the god of chefs. Feroz, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, was actually Acacia's partner. Yeah, Acacia and Feroz formed a combo together, and Feroz was the one that actually cooked his full course menu. But then what Joa said is that this knife belonged to him, and then what Sessano said was to show his true identity. Which begs the question, is Joa really Joa? The chef that was disqualified from the Cooking Fest 200 years ago, the true leader of Neo? Or is he actually Feroz? Now, it's not really surprising that people actually live this long in Toriko. I mean, Joa is supposed to be over 200 years old, which same thing for Setsuno and Zaus. Also, we had a centaur who lived for centuries, I'm assuming. So if Rose is actually Joa, that would be really surprising that the god of chefs herself, Acacia's partner, is still alive. That would be actually kind of awesome, honestly. But then again, it could not be Froze. Joa can still be Joa, for all we know. But then Joa did kind of confuse me when he said that the knife was his own, but the knife belonged to Froze. So I'm assuming that probably either Joa is actually Froze, or Joa is Joa and he found the knife and took it for his own. Now, as for Teppei, I don't know like how Teppei is going to snap himself out of it, because he is under Joa's control. His so-called flavor has been changed by Joa. I have a theory that maybe knocking Master Jiro might snap him out of it, but I'm worried. I mean, like, what if Joa managed to cut another strong, like, Sasea or Chef or Bishokia or Bishokukai under his control? That would be quite intimidating, honestly. Oh man, imagine if it was like if he got Knocking Master Jiro under his control. That would be, I don't know, like that would be insane. All I know is that I am looking forward to more of this, and if Joa is not Joa, then he is either Froze or someone else. If he is Froze, the legendary god of chefs, that would be also awesome and kind of surprising and intimidating. Holy shit. But then again, I still don't know like more of Joa's backstory. I mean, I'm assuming is the reason why he created Neo was because of him being kicked out from the Cooking Fest to all those years ago. Hopefully we'll learn more about Joa's backstory if he really is Joa, and probably know what his so-called true identity is. I just hope Shimabukuro doesn't screw this up, because I'm really liking the mystery going on right now. So overall, Toriko chapter 241, it was a good chapter. This got me really intrigued. I am definitely looking forward to more next week. Unfortunately, since the chapters are going to be on Monday, at least that's what I heard. It could be a rumor or not, I'm not really sure, but all I know is this is definitely going to screw up my schedule. Okay, so anyway, tell me guys what you think about this chapter. If you like this video, like it, and subscribe to my channel to see more. Also, check out my Facebook, Google Plus page, and I apologize for being late with this review. So, Okay, again, this was a good chapter of Toriko, chapter 241, Moon Spiral 27, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.